You're listening to Why We Do What We Do. Welcome to Why We Do What We Do. I am your host, Abraham.
And I'm one of your hosts, Shane.
And today we are talking, well, this is a mini, this is a Why We Do What We Do mini episode. So it's going to be a short form, quick dive. It's kind of a deep dive on a topic that we felt did not warrant a full episode, but that we could cover in a cool 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, we call them fun size sometimes.
Fun size, I like that. Perfect.
Yeah.
And so today we are talking about shampoo. And I'll give a quick background on this and why I even wanted to talk about this. I was thinking about the fact that we recently talked about hair. Mm-hmm. In one of our episodes. And I was thinking about the fact that it's kind of unique that it seems like we have all as a species collectively decided that we need to rub soap through our hair periodically, a lot actually.
Yeah.
And that we make a very special soap just for doing that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what would we have done if we never came up with shampoo? Or why don't other creatures seem like they need shampoo? Why do we shampoo our hair? And so I decided to look into it and see where did this come from? Why do humans do this thing?
Yeah, I like that. I think if I didn't have shampoo, I would just shave my head.
Fair enough. You got a lot of hair, so.
I got a lot of hair. It'd be a real pain. So we're excited to have everybody here for this travel size episode on shampoo. I just think I like thinking of the little bottles and stuff like that. It's less than 8 ounces, so it's cool.
That was good. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and dive in, right? Let's go ahead and start with some background on what shampoo is.
Let's do it. Shampoo comes from a Hindi word, which the pronunciation guide suggests with symbols that are not part of the English language, but I roughly take to interpret as reading chapeau, which comes from a Sanskrit word with no pronunciation guide and letters I do not recognize at all, essentially meaning to soothe, knead, or massage.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best feelings in the world is when you get your hair cut at a salon and somebody else is washing your hair.
That's right. Nice, gentle scalp massage. It's very good.
Oh, it's so wonderful. Now, shampoo likely evolved alongside the invention of soap, but the problem with cleaning hair isn't usually the dirt as much as the oil called sebum.
That's right. Many people will be familiar with sebum. That is the very unique scalp oil that we produce that makes our hair turn into what it turns into when you haven't washed it in some time.
Yeah, which is gross.
Yeah, it can be a thing. At least as far back as the early Egyptians, around 5,000 years ago, or when the earth was made, according to some gullible people, the Egyptians realized that, one, just regular soap left a gross, unpleasant, filmy residue in the hair, and two, that using citrus would cut through the sebum, the sort of scalp oil that a hair produces, but that the citrus itself also needed to be washed out. So they simply combined the soap with the citrus.
I bet that smelled so good.
Right?
Now, the resulting formula cleaned the dirt and head oil out of the hair, and the Egyptians' heads smelled fruity fresh, which is really wonderful. Everybody smelled like oranges.
That's right. And probably some other spices, in there.
Yeah.
They were common back then. In the Middle Ages, this special hair soap was mixed with sodium carbonate, also just called soda, or potassium carbonate, also called potash. And this created a mixture high in negatively charged ions, which is important to how soap works, and which, as I understand it, and I am not a chemist, is mostly helpful for preventing the molecule from clumping together. And it, again, is a very common feature of how soap sort of works, as these negatively charged ions.
So British salons were offering a therapeutic head massage using shampoo, which was soap shavings with herbs by the late 1700s, which is a nice change of pace from the bubonic plague, it seems.
Yeah, straight from plague to shampoo.
Yeah.
The Germans further refined shampoo into a detergent, so there was actually some special inventions and patents that happened around this. And this detergent that they used would not leave a residue, but it wasn't even until after World War I that shampoo became commercially available for individual sales, which is a lot more recent than I would have thought, given all of this.
Yeah.
It was within the last 100 years or so that shampoo became commercially available. If you have a grandparent that's old enough, they may have lived in a time before you could go to a store and buy a bottle of shampoo.
Yeah, which is wild to think about.
Or great grandparents, maybe.
Yeah, great. I was going to say, it would have to be my great grandparents, I think. So,
yeah.
One of the earliest manufacturers of shampoo in the U.S. didn't begin until 1930 in Massachusetts by a man named John Breck, when he failed to find a cure for baldness, although he did find a cure for poverty, at least for himself.
Yes.
He struck gold in the shampoo market.
Very lucrative.
Mm-hmm.
All right, before we move on, let's take a quick break to shampoo our hair. You can go shampoo your hair in the same time or listen to some ads. We'll be right back after this. Okay, so we were just talking about the manufacturing, the beginning of shampoo in the United States, but we haven't actually gotten to why do we feel like it's necessary to shampoo our hair in the first place? But why, though?
There's actually not a medical reason to shampoo your hair. There's no reason to shampoo your hair.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want everybody to take that as like a few years ago when it came out that like flossing wasn't really that important.
Yeah.
Like I don't want people to go out and just stop shampooing their hair. But
Right.
there's not a medical reason why you would need to shampoo your hair.
Yes. Now, so what happens though is without shampoo, the oil in your hair will build a lot on your scalp. Your hair and the sebum will trap a lot of dirt and debris. Because of this, it'll possibly stink. It will definitely look very messy, greasy, and can become limp. Now, important though is that if you even just rinse your hair, that will remove a lot of the dirt and general debris. It will not remove very much of the sebum.
Yeah, so mostly people shampoo their hair so it looks clean, lacks dirt and debris, and smells nice.
Very true.
Mhm.
Now, oil keeps hair moisturized, so frequently shampooing can actually dry your hair out if you're getting rid of the sebum so often that it's not getting moisturized. Instead, you'll have dry hair. And dry hair breaks easily and looks frizzy, so a little oil or moisturizer helps prevent your hair from being easily damaged. And so people who do shampoo their hair a lot will oftentimes supplement, or maybe should supplement, by adding some kind of oil to their hair, or you can just shampoo like a little less frequently and you won't have to do that.
Yeah. Now, unless you have a medical condition such as some type of scalp psoriasis or lice or something, if you never use shampoo again, your hair would look dirty and might smell a little, but otherwise you would be fine. You wouldn't run into too many issues.
Right. So ultimately, it's sort of a personal choice for most people, and most people choose to use shampoo.
Mm-hmm. Some people advocate for shampoo-free lifestyles because of the aggressiveness of shampoo chemicals. Essentially, they can strip the oils, they can strip the follicles, they can do all kinds of stuff. You know, there is also that piece where it's like, I definitely want to make sure my hair is clean so I don't get lice.
Yes, that and like I said, it'll start to look like, if you've seen people from countries that are still developing more, who have less access to that sort of thing, kind of see what looks like dirt buildup around the hairline, around the scalp, and that often is because they just don't have access to shampoo, and so that's what it would mostly look like.
Or you'll look like Daryl Dixon from Walking Dead and how greasy his hair is.
Exactly, just like that.
I mean, he pulls it off. He's very cool. He's very cool. But yeah, his hair's greasy.
Yeah, or you might look like in Grease, how they actually just put grease in their hair.
Yeah. And then why do you think they're called greasers?
Exactly. It looks like it's just constantly wet, which is so attractive.
Yeah.
I will say I am one of those where I tend to only shampoo my hair a few times a week. Otherwise, I tend to just sort of let it get wet. Also, because I've found that if I do it a lot more than that, for the very same reason, my hair starts to get dry and look a little crazy.
Mm-hmm. My hair gets real oily really quickly, so I have to wash my hair like every other day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I used to get dandruff, but I haven't in a really long time. So mostly what I use is a specialized curly hair shampoo.
Ooh, I like that.
I mean, it's supposed to be good for curly hair, but also then my hair is like crazy curly.
Mm-hmm. I imagine that the shampoo that you buy is, one, vegan, but also that it has like an old-timey label on it that says Abraham's Hair Tonic.
That would be pretty great. Do you have a preferred shampoo that you like?
I have to use a medicated shampoo because I do have a little bit of psoriasis on the back of my head. So like I have to do that. But I don't really have a preference. I just like the ones that smell really nice.
Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Nice citrusy hair smell is good.
Yeah.
All right. I think that is all we have to say about shampoo. If you would like to reach out to us and let us know what we missed about shampoo, or something you'd like to tell us about your favorite shampoo, you can reach us at info@wwdpodcast.com. You can also reach us on the social media platforms, at least the normal ones that aren't the hate speech, crazy alt-right platforms. We're on the regular ones. You can also leave us a rating and review, tell a friend. You can shop at our merch store to walk away with some cool, tangible gifts for yourself or other loved ones. And I think I maybe mentioned, but you can join us on Patreon. You get all kinds of perks and benefits there. And so shout out to all our Patreon folks. Thank you so much for doing what you do. Is there anything to say that I missed about shampoo or anything?
Nope. Wash your hair.
All right. Thank you for recording with me today, Shane. Thank you, everyone, for listening. This is Abraham.
And this is Shane.
Why We Do What We Do Mini is out.
See ya.
You've been listening to Why We Do What We Do. You can learn more about this and other episodes by going to www.wwdpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we hope you have an awesome day.